待ってたぞ。
何でも言って。 にお任せ。
花のように
こりゃ熱風ありがとう。こりゃこれでこりゃ食らいなさい。もう終わりにしよう。せいこれでこちらいつでも食らいなさい。
これが代償だよ。
それじゃ後片付けしよっか。
暴力には暴力か。最悪の組み合わせだ。花のようにこれが代償だよ。
感謝しありがとう。はあこれでだらけだよ。もう終わりにしよう。烈風光栄こちらいつでもせい
話し合いは
これでそれじゃ後片付けしよっか。
暴力には暴力か。最悪の組み合わせだ。
ありがとう。好きだらけよ。好きだらけだよ。遅い。もう終わりにしよう。
話し合いは
これでこちらいつでも食らいなさい。それじゃ後片付けしよっか。
暴力には暴力か。最 最悪の組み合わせだ。花のように。じゃあね。これありがとう。隙だらけだよ。反省の時間だよ。隙だらけね。もう終わりにしよう。これで食らいなさい。こちら話し合いは無意味。それじゃ後片付けしよっか。暴力には暴力か。最悪の組み合わせだ。最悪のじゃあね。これで隙だらけね。くらえ吠えろ。キランこれもみんなにくらいなさい。遅い。こちらはいつでもそこ。話し合いは無理。核あるです。落ち着いてまいりましょう。このまま進もう。ありがとう。それじゃ後片付けしよっか。何でも言って。暴力には暴力か。最悪の組み合わせだ。じゃあね。烈風ありがとう。食らいなさい。火だらけだよ。落ち着いてまいりましょう。食らいなさい。もう終わりにしよう。これでせい。こちらだ。いつでも吠えろ。はあ。これもみんなありがとう。それじゃ後片付けしよっか。
了解だ。ああ。
もしかして僕に仕事でも。
自分にお任せあれっす。
Alright, change of plans. I'm gonna hop on the mic because I'm playing something that takes more focus. Hello, everyone. I kind of just took a break for a couple days. Just watching streams and stuff. How you guys doing? Got the Scrimblo Bimblo games going on here today. Yeah, I got given a review key for the early access version. I talked to the developer. He liked the videos I put up earlier. Playing really bad. Get used to it again. Yeah, I've kind of been in a lot of pain recently. Like, my anxiety symptoms have been pretty rough to deal with. That's why I haven't been streaming. There hasn't been any kind of secret project. I'm not beta testing Sengoku Basara 5 or anything, don't worry. I just didn't feel like streaming. And I get pain from my anxiety. I just don't feel like talking. I don't feel like streaming. Pain makes it harder for me to commentate. I think people come here for my commentary. So. What's up, man? How you enjoying Ninja Gaiden and Zelia? Saw you been playing. Kind of waiting on mods for Zelia, to be honest. This game comes out in a few days, actually. So what, like 5 days? It comes out. Definitely check it out. It's a good game. He said that he's rushed the development, but it's pretty solid. I'd rather play this than a lot of the other roguelikes coming out. More up my alley. Starting to remember how to play this now. Special? What's that? Looks like he's added a bunch of new stuff. I guess people are just gonna think every time I don't stream, I'm playing some top secret game. I wish that was the case. I also haven't been working at my neighbor's house, so that's been part of it too. At the end of the month, I get a lot of days off, so. Why doesn't this guy stagger? That's lame. He doesn't take hit stun. That's pretty dumb, actually. The first boss staggered, and this one does not. He's just kind of the usual kneeling down for the national anthem. That's pretty whack. I'll have to tell him that's not very interesting. That's disappointing. Well, I guess that's what early access is for. Was the same problem with Ghost Vanguard. Just having the combo system, and then the boss just kind of stands there. You can't use it. Age of Imprisonment's in like 5 days. I'll be playing that because my trip got canceled. My friend is sick. My friend went to Japan and got sick like immediately after. And I was kind of hoping that they would feel better, but it wasn't looking good, so we canceled. So now I have money for. I had money saved up for that trip, and now it's gonna go to that. Probably actually gonna pay that game off today. But yeah, that's something that happened. It's unfortunate, but luckily I hadn't spent any money on it, so it could be worse. It's a real pain in the ass to cancel train tickets. That was supposed to be pretty much the day that Zelda comes out. I was supposed to be on a train. So, you guys lucked out. Because, obviously I can't stream when I'm not at home. You guys lucked out. You guys are the beneficiaries. There's going to be, not really any streams of that until I got back. But, yeah, I'll be doing that on launch day. I don't know how it works where you're from, but over here in poverty-ass America, they make it a really big deal to cancel a train ticket. Like, canceling the hotel was painless. You know, I didn't even have to call anybody. I just went on the app and clicked cancel, but canceling a train ticket is like this big deal for some reason. So, luckily I hadn't bought anything. Train ticket is pretty cheap. I mean, it's like it's under $100 to get up there round trip, but you know, I'm broke, so it'd be a pretty big deal to not be able to be canceled. Cancellations for trains are not very friendly here. video games and movies, that's for sure. Video games and movies, it looks a lot better than it is. Like, Los Angeles is a perfect example of how awesome that place looks in, like, movies and games. But then, Los Angeles is a mess right now. Riots and a lot of homeless. Especially our public transportation is terrible. I'm really jealous of people who live in Europe where, you know, having a car is not required to function. That's definitely the thing that sucks about living here is you can't do shit without a car. Deleted. This game is awesome. This got deleted. Damn. Just erased from existence. Yeah, they'll always show you, like, people on the train and the bus in, like, American movies, but then, like, if you actually live here, it's garbage to use that. Like, the bus is basically unusable, especially if you need to use it for, like, work or school. You have to budget, like, several more hours to get there, and it would be, like, a 20-30 minute car ride. It sucks. Like in Europe and stuff, it's a lot easier to get around than it is here. Also, something I find interesting is people always call out Americans on having a bad sense of geography, but then, like, every video game that's not made from here, from, like, Europe and Asia and Japan and stuff, it's always the same, like, 3 cities, right? It's always Los Angeles or New York. I'm like, dude, there's like an entire continent between them. you could do like another city. They're big cities, yes, but you ever watch like movies and stuff? Like, it's always those same 2 cities. Like, yeah, Americans are pretty bad at geography. I'm not gonna say that they're not, but I'm like, dude, everything that comes from other countries, it's always those same 2 cities. Like, those people can't name other cities either, man. Every once in a while, it'll be like Philadelphia if you're lucky. But Philadelphia and New York City are very close. Like, everything is in LA all the time. As somebody who's been to both of those cities, it's pretty funny. Like, man, the people that get all millions of dollars to make these movies and stuff, they don't know any better. It's the same thing, man. I'm never gonna see the city I was born in a movie or game. Kinda just accepted that. I'm from Morristown, New Jersey. Oops. Like how every Grand Theft Auto game is basically just, like Los Angeles and New York combined. Every Grand Theft Auto game is, I mean, they literally call it San Andreas. It's like California, but not quite. So as you can tell, this is quite early access. I think that boss is a lot worse than the one that was in the demo, because he has like no tell on anything he's doing, and then he doesn't stagger, so kind of not very fun to fight. But I guess that's what early access is for. Anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and switch games. That's pretty much all the content it's got right now. But yeah, he did add some new items. The new items are really cool. It's kind of nice how the game has interesting items, but they don't like make you you know, one-shot stuff. It's actually pretty nice. You still have to like actually play the game. I'm not saying I hate games like that, but I think for a character action game, you gotta rein it in a little bit, you know? Like, make it so you don't just one-shot everything, or make it so you don't, like, one-shot everything, or, like, push a button, and then, like, the whole screen blows up. When you're making, like, a character action game roguelike, I think you have to limit that a little bit. And he's done a really good job of it. Like, the items are pretty interesting, but they don't, like, outright make you overpowered, which I think is pretty cool. Well, see, the problem with living here is, it's just impossible to get around. Like, for instance, I was in therapy for a couple years, right? And, like, driving there was, like, 10 minutes. But taking the bus was, like, if you're lucky, like, 30, 40. It was, like, double the time. So I had to be out of here, you know, showered and dressed, and then I had to walk to the bus stop, and then, like, sometimes it wouldn't show up. It just takes way longer to get around here than Europe. I know a lot of people get jealous of living here. I'm like, you actually live here. There are good things about America, but I think one of the worst things is just getting around sucks. Our nation is not built for getting around without a car. You really can't do anything without a car. If you're lucky, I'm lucky that most things I need are walking distance, you know, my prescriptions, the grocery store and stuff, but if I want to go, like, anywhere else, I either have to pay for an Uber, which is insanely expensive, or get a ride, basically. Because taking the bus, it takes forever. You cannot get places quickly unless you get the right RNG. The right RNG is basically having the buses show up when they're supposed to, which, like, almost never happens. We haven't really put any effort into making our country accessible for people who don't drive. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for the mods for this, but I'm kind of bored right now. Play for a bit. They're working on mods for this right now, but it's gonna be a while. Probably like another couple weeks minimum. But yeah, the boss fights in this game are garbage. Well, they're not garbage. They're garbage if you want to actually do melee and not just stand back and spam magic. You want to spam magic, they're fine, but I don't think most people play Tales games to do that, and if they do, they're usually like friends or partners that you play games with that aren't
柔道
mega sweaty about combos and stuff. Which is what's great about these games, is that you can do that, but yeah, it's a shame they didn't fix that. But there will be a mod for it, most likely. They're working on mods for this already. There's been significant progress from what I've seen. Yeah, they said that they're working on Xillia 2, and now they have more of an excuse for not including it, because this game was completely rebuilt in Unity, which might mean that they might be doing like the PS2 games and stuff, because they've really only got one more PS3. They've got 2 more PS3 games left at this point, which is Symphonia 2 and then Xillia 2. And then they've got all the PS3 games, because Zestiria and Berseria already got native PC ports, so they're preserved. So the only reason I can think that they're doing that is because they're trying to expedite getting these out faster. But the issue with that is a lot of the older games will need localizations, you know, because we didn't get Rebirth over here, we didn't get Destiny 2, we didn't get Destiny Remake, or like any of those games, so they're gonna have to like actually translate those. But yeah, I'm gonna assume it's the only reason why they did this. But the cool thing is, because the game is fully rebuilt in Unity, that means that mods for this game are going to be really easy. Obviously, there's less people interested in doing mods for this than like a more popular Unity game like Risk of Rain 2 or Hollow Knight Silksong, but there's some pretty good opportunities or implications from that, which is awesome. But yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. I don't really know what to expect. I can't see of a reason why they would do that when they've only got 2 games left, and people mostly just want Xillia 2. People don't really care about Symphonia 2. Symphonia 2 has some cool stuff about it, but it's not really a well-liked game. I could see them doing that one next. They definitely have to fix, like, way more stuff in that game than this, though. The fact that you can play as the old characters, but then they're, like, locked at, like, level 50, so they're useless. I'd hope bare minimum that they're gonna fix that if they're gonna bring that game back, because that was the dumbest thing. They already played, like, really janky. They weren't as good as they played in the original Symphonia, but then the fact that they were level capped You wanted to play the game more than once, they were useless. There was no reason to play as them. You were handicapping yourself, basically. So, I hope that they're gonna do that minimum. Debt system in that game really was basically paying your student loan in a video game, which I don't think most people really want to do that in a video game. Play games like this to be rich after punching one monster, not to pay like medical debt and shit. It wasn't as bad as people said it was. You basically just had to kill the notorious monsters and you could pay it off. But yeah, it wasn't ideal at all. Seemed like they were kind of shocked that people didn't want that. Like, well, college is already a scam as it is, right? You pay all that money and you're like not even guaranteed to get a job. People aren't really looking forward to doing that in real life, in a game. The game's supposed to be an escape.
リリアルオーブの選択間違ってないよね。君自身が望んだ
The
成長
dumbest
だ
thing
ろ。
was that you didn't even have to
自
do
分を
the
信
debt
じろ
on the second playthrough. You could just skip it, because if you played poker, the poker let you carry over those rocks. And the rocks would pay off the debt by themselves. You could just play through the game, sell every one of those rocks, and pay off the debt. It wasn't very well designed. Really only had to do the debt the first time. Debt is a new game thing. You just play the poker for like an hour. You never have to do it again, basically. You just farm up a bunch of those rocks. You can't sell all of them because then the game freaks out, but you sell like one or two of them, you just get to the next threshold. Mila sounds like she has a lisp because they cheaped out on the equipment when they were recording. That's why I don't play this in English. The lisp is really annoying. I don't even think the actress has a lisp. It was Bamco cheaping out as always with Tails. Cheap Walmart mic. Used a cheap Walmart mic to dubbing this game, I guess. Not something you're getting for. It's like the only reason I'm playing this game. I like Jude's English voice way better than the Japanese one. He sounds too young. Sounds too young in the
どうやら私には
Japanese
剣の
voice.
才能があるみたいだな。
He sounds too old in the English voice, but it sounds a little bit better. Because he's only supposed to be like 15, and he sounds like he's 20. But I'll take that over, Mila sounding like she has a lisp because they used cheap dollar store mic to record this professionally localized video game. oh, they should fix the list. They're not gonna work like 600 lines for one character. Either deal with it or play it in Japanese. The dub for Zelia 2 is a lot better. They don't have that problem. They invested more than $3 into the dub, so fixed it. This game, Mila is really distracting to listen to. That lisp. Nothing wrong with having a lisp, but weird for it to sound like she has.
いいコンビだよな。
これが成長か。
Those dubs are always like best dubs. Really high quality dubs. Like the only thing wrong with this dub is like the second main character. It's kind of a problem to have her be lisping, despite the actress doesn't have a lisp. Bamco cheaping out on Tails as always. The same thing with the Vesperia remaster, where they didn't want to get Troy Baker back, so their solution was to get another guy to voice the new lines. So you have two people voicing the same character, which is, don't need to explain why that's bad. I really hated putting that game on Japanese. The English dub of Vesperia is like really good, but I think the funny thing was Troy Baker made a tweet where he said that he would have done it. He would have done it if they contacted him, but they didn't even bother. They thought that he was too expensive. They didn't even contact him. And like, well, if you're gonna get a new guy to do it, you might as well replace everything, right? Instead of just the new lines. Because the new lines is only like, you know, maybe like 20%. Right? Not even that, most likely. It's like new arts and a couple of the cutscenes, and that's it. But they didn't do that, so it's really bad. You ever play that game, do not play it in English. As good as the dub is, they completely killed it with the, you know, not getting the new guy to record everything, only the new stuff. In the Japanese one, that's not a problem. They actually got the voice actors back. Of course, the difference is PS3 version of Vesperia was like a year later, so it wasn't an issue. They did get the actors back for like a lot of the other lines. For the other characters, the problem is, just like this game, the main character voice acting is all messed up, and it's the person you listen to the most, so it's just a mess.
僕だってこれくらいは。ん？いい感じじゃね？
いい感じじゃね？ 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 いい感じ
Oh, Vesperia actually. Vesperia and Persona 3, that was when like English dubs got just as good as the Japanese dub. That era, late 2000s. English dubs got a lot better. The problem with English dubs, I don't blame anybody for that being the reason why they hate English dubs. Getting the same 6 people to voice everything is a legitimate problem. Like you had like Troy Baker, Johnny Bosch, Steve Bloom, and show up in like every single game. It gets old. It's less of a problem now. There's been a lot of new blood, voice acting games in English now than there was back then. Ironically, now that's the problem with movies, right? It's like Chris Pratt and Ryan Reynolds and Pedro Pascal are in like 80 movies a year now. So that's what weebs had to put up with, right? It's like the dubs weren't bad, but it's like legit like the same 10 people voicing everything. No movies are like that. How many movies is Chris Pratt in? How does he have time to like sleep, man? He's in like 60 movies a year. That's exactly how video game dubs were animated. Same 10 people. Yeah, weebs can be dismissive of English dubs. There was a nice variety of dubbing stuff. Throughout the early 90s, and then once it got into like 2000, it became the same 6 people doing everything. But a lot of those people are like aging out of doing as much voice acting as they were when they were younger.
ここは俺が頼りになるぜ。
A good example of this is when they dubbed Warriors Orochi 2, they got Johnny Young Bosch to be Yukimura instead of the guy that was from Canada, because the Canada studio, I guess, was non-union or something, so they didn't use any of those voice actors. The Samurai Warriors 2 dub was like really good. And when they did Warriors Orochi 2 and they brought it over here, they got him to do it, but then like literally like a year and a half later, they got him to voice Yukimura for Basara. I'm like, dude, he's an incredible voice actor, but like he's already voicing the character in another series. Like there's gotta be somebody else that can do it, right? I'm not saying he did a bad job, but that's a perfect example. Like, you know there's other voice actors, right? He's already doing this character. You can't find another guy that can, convincingly sound like he's in this voice. There's gotta be one other person, right? A lot of people don't know that. There was a period where he was two different versions of the same character. Different series. There's gotta be somebody else that can do it. Yeah, he's a very talented voice actor. You can't tell me you can find another guy who literally was the same character in a different series. Barely a few. I think the best was when they made Chris Pratt Mario, and then everybody thought that they were just now like anytime they announce a animated movie, everybody just wants him to voice act everybody. He's not a good fit for a stereotypical voice Miles Morales next. Very obvious African American from New York. He goes like, look the same Video games have been worse again with people that voice act them, but movies are going back to the old style. You have these dozen people that are in every single movie. It's like they never sleep or eat. Like all they do is film movies. It's not like there aren't other starving actors out there trying to make it. Like, no, we're just gonna give it to Pedro Pascal again for the 800th time. Yeah, this game is difficulty of it is very there's this boss and then
こんな
Kiao
こ
is
とが
like
できるなんて
really
使
difficult.
いこなせば強力な武器になるな。
And then as soon as you get Rowan and
今で
Elise,
きる
the
ことを
game
やるん
is
だ
piss easy
これが
いい感じじゃ
because the
ね
balancing in this game is terrible. Basically, playing the way that I was playing is not optimal, but you don't have Rowan yet. And Rowan is busted. I think he actually might be better than Rita in terms of mages. I actually think he's more overpowered because of how status effects work in this game. Burn is really OP because Burn, the damage over time tick is like nuts. It's percentage based, and you're back in the corner spamming fireball non-stop because the game doesn't let you do combos. And the whole time they're bursting out even though you're on the other side of the map. And also while you're doing that, they are taking insane damage over time. So yeah, mages are really OP in this game. The speedrun for this game is basically how you should play it casually, because it's balanced so poorly. I think I'll wait until they patch out the bursts before I play this more, to be honest. Starting to remember how bad these boss fights are. I already just explained how to break the game, but I don't really enjoy doing it. I think I'll just we'll switch to something else instead. Hopefully they'll have the mod out soon, and then this will actually be fun to play Melee. But yeah, you basically just spam Fireball, and you can do like 9 Fireballs a cast, and then that procs Fire. That procs Burn, and Burn is doing damage over time, and the whole time they're trying to get out of a combo that they're not anywhere near. No, you just stand there and spam Fire. It's very uninteresting. I really wish that they had gotten rid of that, the fact that they tech out of combos. A lot of people are already saying it makes the game too easy. I'm like, dude, the game is already easy. It's already easy. You watch the speed run of that game? That's actually the optimal way to play, is you stand back and you spam Fireball. You're doing insane damage, and they're trying to tech out because the AI thinks you're melee. And then that whole time they're taking, like, I don't remember how much the fire ticks for, but it's a lot of damage. It's dumb. It's not very well designed. I'm glad they brought the game back, but I really wish that they had fixed that. The game has good combat, but you can't really play melee. It's not viable. You spam Kankusen over and over. It's like the only thing that's viable. It gets boring. Let me check their Discord if they're working on mods. Then I'll play that more. Spent 10 life bottles, yeah. Zelia 1 is very front-loaded with difficulty. Even more than the average JRPG. It's mostly just because you only have melee characters at the beginning, and melee characters suck. As soon as you get the mages, you trivialize the game, because they thought that their infinite wisdom that making melee combat useless was a smart thing to do. It's not. It ruins the game. But yeah, at the beginning you don't have those characters. You don't have them until a couple hours in. They have got a couple of pretty difficult bosses right at the beginning. Yeah, they didn't really put a lot of thought into how they wanted to change the combat in that game, that's for sure. Pretty boneheaded design.
それじゃあ
like the speedrun for Zillion 1 is basically doing what I was doing until you get Rowan and Elise, and then it's just spamming magic. Outside of the couple fights like Hammer Zam where you don't have them, that's like the whole game. It gets old real quick. They are working on mods for the game as we speak, so hopefully that will get fixed. Boss fights in that game are buns. People could do like crazy shit with that game though. They could basically like add new characters and stuff maybe. Just put like Yuri in that game or something. Sky's the limit, really. It's being made in Unity now. That's pretty cool. We'll see what happens. There's obviously not as many modders for like a niche game like that compared to like Risk of Rain, but Risk of Rain has like Dante and Lee from PGR, Sora, like all these characters, so maybe. I think they should just prioritize fixing the boss fights though. That's like the only reason I bought the game, was because of the mods. It's the only thing I'm interested in. I got enough of Zelia 1 when it came out. I'll definitely cover the mods when or if they happen.
何か不気味ね。ヤクモ気をつけてね。幽霊とか出ちゃったりして。変なこと言わないでよ。
10 life bottles for that boss is pretty common. It's also like the game gets easier because when you get to the town after that, I forget what it's called, but there's that part where you can fight the gentlemen, and they allow you to farm materials, and you can level up the shop really easily. You can farm there and like trivialize the rest of the game. So yeah, it's very front-loaded difficulty, but not really for the right reasons. Supposed to be the collect everything playthrough. Looks like I already missed something. I'm doing a great job. Ash and pipe, do I have that? Let me see. Probably just put it on easy mode later. I can go back now, huh? Well, I guess we'll just do it again after this.
私は怖くてそんなことできないけど。何が必要？うまく役立ててね。それじゃあ。
give me any real enemies, huh? Just these lame lanterns. Best character action enemies are the ones that most of the game mechanics don't work on. I would not be against a mod that removes them. They're not even difficult, they're just not fun. This game has some trash enemies. Luckily there's only a couple bad enemies. Most of them are pretty good. Lantern guys are just there, like, you want a real enemy to fight, not them. Give me real enemies, please. We're just gonna spam these guys non-stop, not an actual enemy. Great. Capable of making good enemies, they make trash ones like this. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of these guys, they keep coming back. Just put the military guys. The military guys are actually fun to fight, and the mechanics work on them. There's nothing enemies, man. Okay, you're just not gonna spawn like actual enemies, just these guys. Where are the real enemies? Go extinct? Must be on lunch break or something. Alright, spawn real enemies after this, please. Yeah, actual enemies. Oh, that's it. They don't even let you fight real enemies. Cool, thanks. Thanks, great enemies. Very engaging. I want you to suffer. What the hell is that, man? They don't even fight you. They just stand there. They're like Dynasty Warriors 3 archers. They just, like, stand there and shoot. They don't, like, actually fight you. Yeah, the trials in this game are not fun. They're not an interesting challenge, they're artificial. The challenge is basically taking away options instead of, like, actually being something interesting. I like how, like, half of them are take away your weapons. But the problem with taking away your weapons is you just play Ryu, who only has one weapon. So if you're gonna design a game like that, what is the purpose of getting rid of the weapons? There is no purpose. You want me to limit the weapons that I use, then, you know, you just play Ryu. Like, there's no point. It's dumb design. They're trying too hard to make them difficult without thinking about, like, what actually is fun. I don't find that fun. I hope the DLC just has, like, a straight, like, roguelike mode. That would be pretty sick. And then also more enemy types, so there's less of a chance of getting those lantern guys, or those poison teapots that are zero fun to fight, and are the opposite of what I want to do in an action game. Let's see here. Great, you're back. The other problem with the trials is how many of them feel like they're just RNG. Like, the ones where you have to kill them in a specific time. Like, you know, they'll just decide to go hang out in the corner instead of fighting you. I used cheats on the second half, full disclosure. I wasn't having fun. I'm all for ball-busting difficulty if it's actually fun. If it's boring or frustrating for the wrong reasons, I'm gonna tap out. That's just how I roll these days. I'll mauled if it's a fun challenge, like the bosses were a fun challenge. Taking 80% of my moves away and stuff is not fun. I don't find that enjoyable at all. Especially when they keep putting enemies that like you can easily kill if you had, you know, all your weapons, but they take them away. They take them away, it's like, well, the game's already taught me I'm supposed to use this weapon, but then you take the weapon away. DLC's probably not until middle next year. Not middle next year, but first quarter next year. Seem like they're anywhere near done with it. How are you not dead? Die, dude. I'm trying to end your suffering, right? There you go. Sometimes the terrain in this game can really go against you, what you're trying to do. You're trying to do like combos and stuff, but then they get stuck on level geometry. Alright, so what am I supposed to do? Trying to get all the accessories. It's not quite a speed run, it's more of a completion playthrough. There's supposed to be a bell over here? Oh, it's because this guy didn't die somehow. He's just chilling. Come on! just leave. There we go. Like, did it bug out? Having a hard time. Yeah, it's really weird in this game, like, if an enemy, like, they go off and they just hide, like, you can't progress. And it can make it seem like the game is soft-locked, but it isn't. It isn't soft-locked. You actually can't, like, run past most enemies in this game. You're forced to fight them. Not that that's a bad thing. If you could run past everything, the game would have no point, but it does get obnoxious sometimes, and, like, you think one guy is dead and he's not, and you have to go all the way back because, you know, he's like dismembered or something. Very common occurrence in this game. It's not fun. It's like, why do they need to hide? There we go. Alright, there's 2 more unlockables here, I think. here.
何が必要？任務完了ね。お疲れ様。ありがとう。それじゃあまたね。
道がない。
ヤクモくん、カラスニング、ユスリカの出番ですよ。
とはいえ気流から外れると落ちるから飛ぶときは慎重にね。
Enemies are garbage. Well, these ones are alright. It's the poison ones that are dumb because they don't give you any power attack opportunity. Poison ones are like a nothing enemy. It's like the usual garbage enemy design where it's a game where they want you to be up close doing melee, and then they make it so they put enemies that just put puddles on the ground. Like always the worst enemy types. This goes against like what the game wants you to do. Like why make enemies like that? That's more of an MMO thing, right? Like, you know, you want to make it so like the tank characters and the DPS characters like get away for a second. You know, I can understand that, but in a game like this, I don't understand the purpose of an enemy like that, other than just to piss you off. They keep putting them in those trials where you get poisoned too. Like, I'm already getting poisoned from just playing. I'm already getting poisoned just from playing. Why do you have a poison enemy here too? Like, what's the purpose? Other than just to make you not want to play. Luckily, most of the enemy types in this game are pretty good. It's better than most games, actually. Get out of here. Alright, so should be a secret here. This item before I mauled over nothing. Crimson ring is what it's supposed to be. No, I do not have it. really don't want to play this chapter again because it's just all the shit enemy types in a long, like, 30-minute section. The only ones that are fun to fight are the Tengus, pretty much. The rest are trash, so not having to do this again would be ideal. I'm really proud of their trash enemy types in this level. You see a Crimson Ring, where is it? Maybe I have to go a bit farther. I'm not seeing where this video is referring to. I'm drawing a blank here. I do not see these poles. I do not see these poles that I'm supposed to be looking for. They are not here. I hope that I didn't miss it. Maybe this is it right here. Yeah, this is it right here. Okay, thank goodness. This level is not very fun with all the gimmick enemies. He's not wanting to go up there. He's refusing. Ah, there we go. Jank. Ah, here we go. So there's one more. One more unlockable, I think. Let me do my anime power-up! Pinpoint accuracy. Ninja Gaiden classic. Some asshole over in the corner shooting something at you right before you're about to do a big attack. People are saying this game isn't Ninja Gaiden. I'm like, That's peak Ninja Gaiden right there. Alright, good. Got that. Like, if they had, like, off-screen protection in this game, like Bayonetta or DMC, then yeah, it wouldn't be Ninja Gaiden. No, they kept that.
まだまだ登るみたい。
Alright, I think I can just, like, actually play now.
さすがに疲れましたね。
休んでる暇はないわよ。行くぞ。
So,
あんた意外と体力があるわね。 お疲れ様、ヤクモ。で終わり。さすがね。どうも。お疲れ様。 またヨーマ。さっきのやつだと雰囲気が違う。
始末来い。
boss fight's kind of one of the worst ones, actually. it's not that it's too difficult, it's just kind of boring. But I think they put that boss fight there to make sure that you don't get this far into the game and not know how to counter, because the counter is pretty easy. Pretty scripted boss fight. Anyway, that's a full completion for this chapter, so that's pretty good. I saw a lot of the people that got the game early really struggling on that boss. Like, it's a pretty easy boss, actually. It's just, you gotta really have the reflexes to counter, and if you don't counter, it's pretty difficult. Alright, well there, that was a good stopping point. I'm getting pretty hungry. I gotta figure out dinner here. Not dinner, but lunch. Get something to eat. Probably come back. That was pretty fruitful. Got a bunch of major upgrades. Let's see what Chapter 6 is like. Chapter 6 is pretty, Chapter 6 doesn't have much.
Mata突風か。海、このまま近くで着陸する。
分かった。またルート変更しておく。
Well, yeah, I might pay off Age of Imprisonment while I'm out. Keep forgetting that's like 5 days away. Gotta get ready for that. I gotta do some more Switch 2 capture test, so that'll probably be when I get back. Probably do some tests, make sure that quality's good. Actual Switch 2 game instead of just playing Switch 1 games on it. It's been the Switch 1 meta. Switch 1 meta is, the Switch 2 meta is, play Switch 1 games. Because they don't run like garbage anymore. There's going to be an actual Switch 2 game in a couple days. I only got a couple missions left, actually. Following a guide to get this done. Oh, good, I got another health upgrade. Yeah, I was missing a lot of small things, huh? Alright, folks, I'm gonna go get something to eat. My stomach is growling. Haven't had a substantial meal in like almost a day, so that's gonna do it for now. Thanks for watching. Actually, next stream will probably be when I come back. I'll be doing more Ninja Gaiden, and then I gotta really sit down and make sure that my Switch 2 quality is good, because there's like actually a Switch 2 game coming out. I don't have any, I only have one Switch 2 game, which is Wild Hearts, which the community manager for Koei gave me. But I will be doing Age of Imprisonment very soon, because my trip got cancelled, so I don't even need I don't need to crowdfund Age of Imprisonment. I got the money for it in my wallet right now. You guys don't have to, you don't have to support me for that. That money was supposed to be for the trip, you know, to pay for food and events and stuff, but now I just kind of have money in my wallet that I wasn't touching. So that's going to pay for Age of Imprisonment. So that's pretty nice. I don't think I'm really doing any other games, any major games this month that I can think of. I think Neon Inferno got pushed back, didn't it? Yeah, Neon Inferno was at the end of the month. I'll definitely be doing that. Solo Leveling Overdrive, I applied for a key for. I don't know if they think my EP is big enough to give me a key, but yeah, I'll probably get that. The demo was alright. Not quite sure. Anyway, let me grab something to eat so I can come back sooner than later. I'll be doing some more Ninja Gaiden collection stuff, and then after that, we'll do Switch 2, because I gotta buckle down and do that. I've been putting it off. Well, I'll need at least a couple people active in the chat to help me test that, so you guys have a good viewing quality. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.